What happens if the roaring heart of an automobile is forced into a motorcycle's delicate frame? Or when you ask a superbike to bear the weight of a car while shrinking its soul? Could they begin at all? Were they able to race? Or would the entire endeavor collapse in a conflagration? The ultimate car engine versus motorcycle engine. Swap race is what we're trying today, something that no sensible mechanic would ever advise. Number 8, the crazy idea. What if we switched their engines? Is the start of every great experiment. The question that starts this entire experiment is so outrageous that it nearly seems like a dare. Motorbikes and cars are constructed with entirely distinct ideas in mind. An automobile's engine is designed for long-distance stability, durability, and torque. It supports several passengers, propels a large body, and prioritizes endurance above speed. A motorcycle's engine, on the other hand, is optimized for speed and agility. It can scream at extraordinarily high RPMs and is small and light. Swapping them means ripping each machine out of its natural comfort zone. It's like asking a sprinter to run a marathon with bricks on their back, while forcing a marathon runner to sprint 100 meters in under 10 seconds. The idea sounds impossible, but that's exactly what makes it so fascinating. Number 7. The swap challenges. The engineering nightmare is the harsh truth now. Compared to a superbike engine, a vehicle engine can weigh 3 to 5 times as much. It's like trying to bolt a rocket engine onto a bicycle when you try to strap that enormous weight onto a motorcycle chassis. Even with significant reinforcements to the frame and an updated suspension system, the bike's sheer weight might snap it in two the instant it moves. Then there's the gearbox mismatch. Vehicle engines require entirely different gearing ratios, whereas bike gears are designed for rapid, abrupt shifts. Conversely, the reverse exchange has a unique set of issues. Because a bike engine is smaller, it seems easier to drop it into a car. But power is suddenly the problem. Even if that tiny engine can roar at 15,000 RPM, is it really capable of propelling a 1,000 kilogram automobile forward? Custom-built exhaust, mounting brackets, and even the cooling system are required. Every wire, bolt, and weld is a risky proposition that could either lead to success or failure. Number 6. Power-to-weight ratio. If there's one thing that decides speed, it's the power-to-weight ratio. This is where the swap gets scientifically interesting. The car with a bike engine suddenly loses the advantage of torque. Even if the engine produces 180 horsepower, those numbers mean little against the sheer mass of the car. It might rev like a beast, but the acceleration will feel sluggish, like trying to tow a truck with a lawnmower. On the other hand, the bike carrying a car engine faces the opposite problem. Now it has too much power for its frame. Imagine unleashing 300 horsepower on a machine that was originally built for 100. The moment the throttle is touched, the bike could launch forward uncontrollably, with the rider clinging on for dear life. This imbalance is what makes the experiment so unpredictable. Will the underpowered car limp to the finish line? Or will the overpowered bike self-destruct before it even gets there? Number 5, handling the beast. But what good is speed if you can't control it? Engines are only part of the story. Control is the real battle. Cars are designed to stay planted, with weight spread across 4 wheels. With a bike engine inside, the car may move, but it risks feeling like a hollow shell, struggling to hold traction through turns. It's like putting a racehorse's heart into an elephant's body. The spirit is there, but the mass doesn't cooperate. Meanwhile, the bike with the car engine turns into a completely different nightmare. The weight distribution is ruined. The front end risks lifting off the ground under acceleration. Cornering becomes nearly impossible, as the bulk of the engine throws the entire balance off center. For the rider, it's not just about speed anymore, it's about survival. Every second becomes a wrestling match between man and machine, with one wrong move ending in disaster. Number 4, the test run. The moment of truth arrives. Ignition. The car with the bike engine sputters to life, screaming with a high-pitched whine. To the ear, it sounds fast, but the body betrays it. The revs are high, but the movement is sluggish, like a caged beast straining against its own weight. Then comes the bike. The second the car engine roars to life inside its fragile frame, the ground shakes. The sound is unnatural, a superbike growling like a muscle car. The rider grips the handlebars nervously. The first push of the throttle sends the bike jerking forward like a rocket, barely under control. Already the difference is clear. One machine struggles to move, the other struggles to survive its own power. Number 3. The race begins. Now it's time for the ultimate showdown. The car and bike line up on the track, their mismatched hearts roaring in anticipation. On one side, a car that sounds like a motorbike, on the other, a bike that sounds like a monster truck. The flag drops. The car hesitates, its tiny engine screaming, but the body moving sluggishly forward. The bike, however, launches ahead like a missile, its rider barely able to keep it straight. Every turn becomes a gamble. The car may be slow to start, but it handles with stability once it gains momentum. The bike, meanwhile, constantly threatens to spin out, skid, or even flip. The race is no longer just about speed, it's a war between stability and chaos. Number 2, the unexpected outcome. And then, comes the twist. The bike, though unbelievably fast off the line, begins to lose control. The rider fights desperately, but the sheer weight of the engine ruins its agility. It wobbles dangerously in corners, slowing down just to stay upright. The car, on the other hand, though slow at the beginning, starts to build consistent speed. Its lightweight engine may not give it explosive acceleration, but once it finds its rhythm, it becomes surprisingly reliable. Against all expectations, the slow starter begins to catch up. The audience is stunned. The beast may not always be the winner. Sometimes balance beats brute force. Number 1, the big lesson. At the end of this wild experiment, one undeniable truth stands out. Machines are built with purpose. A car engine belongs in a car, and a bike engine belongs in a bike for a reason. When you swap them, you don't just challenge mechanics, you challenge the laws of physics. The bike with the car engine proved that raw power is meaningless without balance, while the car with the bike engine showed that consistency and endurance can sometimes outperform brute strength. The lesson? Speed is never just about horsepower. It's about harmony, the perfect marriage of power, weight, and control. And today we saw what happens when you tear that harmony apart. In the end, this wasn't just a race. It was proof that balance can sometimes defeat raw power, and chaos is nothing without control. These machines showed us what happens when you push engineering beyond its limits, and the results were unforgettable. If you love this insane experiment, smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell us which would you choose. The underdog car with a screaming bike engine, or the wild beast bike with a car engine. And don't forget to subscribe, because this is just the beginning. Even crazier experiments are coming your way. Buckle up. The next race will blow your mind.